Closed today after someone threatened to bring a weapon to the school. We'll have more details on coming up here in just a moment with a live report from Wilsonville. Plus,
although a lot of this is going to be a very factual basis, some of this will be arguing on the law.
The trial over the deployment of federal troops in Portland starts today as the state of Oregon gets ready to argue its case against the Trump administration's decision to deploy the National Guard. What we can expect in today's trial coming up and later.
Generally, lions only live to be about 10 years old or so in the wild, so he's getting up there into his golden years and definitely still doing great, looking great.
talking about one of the zoo's senior citizens this morning, Zawadi. The big cat turns 18 this weekend. He's also the focus of a new Drew at the Zoo. We'll have that for you at 7:15.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us live. Let me try that again.
You know what the good news is? It's not live. Oh, darn it, it is live. You better keep going.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm China Green. Those are the only things I know right now.
It's not like I made a mistake live on TV about 22 seconds ago. Hey, Rod, Chris, you want to try to make a mistake here?
No, we're live, is that right?
Yeah.
This is a one-take deal?
No, we're perfect, Rod.
No mistakes allowed.
Let them own it themselves.
Okay, here we go. We've got showers that have been kind of arcing up through the Longview area. We have some showers up toward Mount Hood right now, but Portland down into Salem's dry. The coast is mainly dry. We have shallow fog pockets have developed. This is really cool looking down from the Wells Fargo building. Here's another way to look at the fog, which now is down to street level, if you will. Looking at the Pioneer Courthouse Square and the courthouse in the Pioneer Park building, temperature is 49 degrees, so it's really comfortable out. Salem, no fog, and reporting some clearing areas in the sky and 48. So again, comfortable start to the day. The showers that we do have in a few spots and the fog all going away through the mid-morning hours. So upper 40s to about 50 out the door. It should be sunny, mid-50s at noon. The kids get out of school, beautiful day. Mostly sunny and about 59 degrees at that time. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, thank you for that. Let's take you to Southeast Portland. Lads Edition, just getting word of some down power lines near Locust and Hemlock. And again, just a word wherever you may be. You ever encounter down lines, stay away from them. Call them in, right? So in any event, that's Southeast Locust near Hemlock in Lads Edition. All right, back to the freeway drive. Rod's mentioning the fog, dense fog advisory through about 9 o'clock for the Portland-Vancouver metro area. Maybe having a slight impact on the drive, but obviously we're just slow on that side of town as well. This is I-5 up near SR 500. A little farther south in the fog, there's the southbound commute with the headlights over near the Expo Center. At last check, this is our slowest commute right now. Just shy of 20 minutes, guys. That's the drive time to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge.
All right, thank you, Chris. We have breaking news this morning in Southeast Portland. We are working to learn more about a house fire on Southeast 124th Avenue. Our crew on the scene tells us a medical examiner is on the scene right now. So this is a live look at what we're talking about. This was the scene earlier this morning. You can see smoke coming from the building. We have reached out to Portland Fire and Rescue to ask about the cause of the fire, and we are waiting to hear back.
Wilsonville High School is closed today because of a handwritten message found in a boy's bathroom that said a weapon would be used at the school today.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us now from outside the high school. So Thomas, what more do we know?
Yeah, well, guys, it was Tuesday afternoon when district officials say that they found a message handwritten in the boy's bathroom that was a threat to the school. The district says law enforcement says they do not believe that the threat is credible, but officials decided to cancel school as they investigate and try to identify who's responsible. The school district says the threat was specific to Wilsonville High School and does not impact other schools in the district. All other schools will have a regular school day today. Administrators are looking at security footage in an attempt to figure out which student made the threat. It's also not clear what was said, what weapon was involved in that threat. Though the Wilsonville School District is also asking families and students that if they know anything about this, information about who this student is who made the threat, to contact the school district as well. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live from Wilsonville this morning. Thank you, Thomas. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has reached a new decision which halts the deployment of National Guard troops to Portland for now. The Ninth Circuit agreed to rehear the case, essentially throwing out last week's split ruling by 3 judges that greenlit the troops. Now, judges will take another look, though there's no timeline for when that will happen. Meanwhile, the lawsuit at the center of all of this, Oregon and Portland fighting the Trump administration decision to deploy the troops, is set to go to trial later today.
During that trial, the city and the state aimed to prove that bringing National Guard members to Portland is not the right response to what's been happening outside the city's ICE facility.
KGW's Alma McCarty spoke with a legal expert and walks us through what we can expect.
The way that I look at this is a systematic attempt by the president to really attack pillars of our democracy.
Attorney General Dan Rayfield speaking on the broader implication of a legal fight centered in the Rose City and around the ICE facility. The Trump administration's attempt to federalize Oregon's National Guard and deploy troops to Portland. A trial to challenge that begins Wednesday morning.
We're really focused on the case at hand this week to demonstrate to the court what are the real facts going on in Oregon to allow the judge to make an independent decision about the presidential power to put military on our streets.
The plaintiffs, including the state of Oregon and city of Portland, plan to call Portland police officers as witnesses. According to court documents, they're likely to detail how officers were caught up in, quote, federal law enforcement employing indiscriminate, excessive force against small crowds. Plaintiffs argue the feds' needless use of munitions at the ICE facility created an appearance of smoke, flashes of fire, and explosion, leading to more hyperbolic rhetoric from the president. They're arguing this is neither rebellion nor an inability to execute federal law, and troops aren't needed. The feds argue the opposite.
They actually think that what's been going on here can be viewed as a type of rebellion, and that peace and order are not able to be kept.
As defendants in the case, the federal government argues the president's call to send in troops was amply justified. Court documents cite assaults to federal officers, damaged federal property, plus the need to call in more officers, diverting them from other enforcement like immigration.
Although a lot of this is going to be a very factual basis, some of this will be arguing on the law.
Despite the 3-day trial, Professor Laura Appelman with Willamette University says this fight is far from over.
What will happen then is whoever does not succeed on the merits will then appeal that decision to the Ninth Circuit and then possibly also at some point to the Supreme Court.
Again, that was Alma McCarty reporting for us this morning. The trial will start today and is expected to last 3 days, but we don't know how long it will take to get a final ruling. In the meantime, the temporary restraining orders blocking National Guard deployment to Portland remain in place. All right, TriMet making headlines this morning because TriMet is making some significant service cuts starting next month and continuing over the next 2 years. The agency says a potential $300 million deficit is the reason for the cuts. Layoffs and fare increases are also possibilities. So TriMet is conducting a survey right now to give riders a chance to weigh in on potential changes to things like bus routes and max train service hours. If you text the word TriMet to that number on your screen, 503-226-5088, we will text you back with a link to the rider survey, which closes on Friday. In fact, you might get that text directly from China Green.
Your time now is 7:08, and it's a big day for a big guy.
Oh yeah, Roddy's got his winter outlook coming up again in the 8 o'clock hour.
Ew.
Look at you, Rod.
Even I don't refer to myself as a big guy, but I appreciate
The day
that.
you're the biggest.
I appreciate
The
it.
day you're the biggest.
So we'll have this on coming up at 7:45. And then really, and Drew pointed this out earlier, there's so much data. If you're really interested in how I come up with my conclusions, it's worth your time. Later today, it'll be posted, probably like a good 10-minute or so slices of it on all of our platforms, including KGW Plus. We're going to be live with an extended version at 12:30 today, but later it'll be on KGW.com, the YouTube channels, and all that stuff. All right, here's Timberline this morning. The live cameras really tell the story. There was some light snow on and off, but you can see the parking lot's actually pretty clean. Just a light dusting. 32 is the number, and it will be sunny later this morning up over the Cascades. Partly cloudy from our Snookwinds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. We've got generally what is shallow fog. I mean, see, that's shallow and low fog, right? You've got clear skies up top. So this blue up top is what will take over our day, but a gorgeous early morning view from Chehalem Tasting Room in Sherwood. Temperatures are upper 40s to low 50s. It's 50 in Portland, so it's a real comfortable morning temperature-wise, 48 in Salem with light winds. Later today, the shower threat that's still lingering in some areas will be gone. The fog will be out of here later this morning. And then everybody will be mostly sunny, low 50s to mid 50s out east and upper 50s to about 60 degrees expected here on the west side. And here's the 7 days. So this turns into a lovely day, really. Again, there's sun above the fog, 60 degrees, mostly sunny, 61 tomorrow. Some passing mid to high level clouds, that's about it. And the latest on Halloween is dry in the morning, dry at noon, but by late afternoon, evening, the threat of what would be, I think, in the valley, some light showers coming in. The good news is the heavier rain with the frontal passage looks like it will hold off until overnight for the valley. And then it's raining when you wake up Saturday morning. Later in the day, that breaks up. And then Sunday, you may or may not see a few scattered showers. But, you know, if we just end up with some light showers, or maybe not even that for the trick-or-treat hours, that's not bad. Here's Chris.
No, not at all. Definitely appreciating that as that rain gets later in the evening. All right, let's pick up in South Portland. We're just getting word of a possible crash here near South Hood and Gain Street. So that's going to be right near the Hood Avenue on-ramp to I-5 South. So if that's your on-ramp, just be on the lookout. There could be a little slowing trying to get onto there. Meanwhile, the freeway drive itself is foggy and slow as we go up into Clark County. Rod mentioned the dense fog advisory. There you go. You can see it's fairly thick with the fog, and of course the traffic is too out of Clark County right now. Let's switch gears. We'll take you down to West Lynn. This is I-205. The taillights here, that's the southbound commute, and that looks really foggy right now near Highway 43. You can see the brake lights flickering on there as well, so we're puttering along at about 10 miles an hour or so through that stretch of freeway. At last check, though, this is our slowest drive still. Drew and China, about 20 minutes or so to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge.
All right, Chris, we go from you to the king of the jungle, or I guess we should say today, the king of the Oregon Zoo. This is Zawadi. He's turning 18 this weekend, which is actually pretty old in lion years. We'll celebrate the big occasion a few days early with a new Drew at the Zoo after the break. Lions. Well, if you kept going, I would have finished.
Okay.
The lion sleeps tonight.
We're already on Christmas, Drew. We're already on Christmas. Okay. We want to remind you that KGW Great Toy Drive starts next week. So that means this week is your last chance to sign up as a collection site. If you're a local business or organization, maybe you're hosting a holiday rager or a work party. All of you can help. Just go to kgw.com/toy to sign up. And when you do, we will send you the official Great Toy Drive collection kit. We'll be right back.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
All right, next stop here on the Sunrise Show this morning, the Oregon Zoo. That's where a pretty big birthday is happening this weekend. We're talking about Zawadi. That's the big guy laying right there. He's the only male member of the zoo's Lion Pride, and he turns 18 on Sunday. For that special occasion, we are putting him front and center this morning in a brand new Drew at the Zoo.
for his birthday, we're going to give him some fun stuff, and today we're going to give him some rhino poop, which they really enjoy. They like to smell it and roll around in it. We're going to watch them investigate the poop.
That's one way to celebrate a birthday. And 18 is a pretty significant one for Zawadi, especially when you consider that lions in the wild typically only live to be 10 or 12 years old. He's now one of the oldest male lions at any zoo in North America. And yes, even the king of the jungle can show signs of slowing down.
We took some x-rays or radiographs, and we noticed that he has some changes in his spine that lead to reduced ability to use his hind legs, reduced ability to stretch his neck, and just be able to live his best life and move around.
So what do you do to help an aging lion? You get creative.
One of the ways that we can do that is we do cold laser therapy, which is a low-level light that helps to reduce pain and it helps to reduce inflammation. And our veterinary technicians have also worked with our keeper staff and our facilities and maintenance team to be able to safely place a cold laser therapy probe on a lion while he very comfortably accepts treats, and put them on those hot spot areas, so we really can slow down that process.
Also, we've added some ramps to the exhibit so that he can get up and down to the rocks easier if he needs to. Zawadi's definitely one of my favorite lions. He always has been. He's a real big sweetheart. He's a very sweet boy to work with. Just really smart, really good at training. So he's definitely one of my favorites.
I like the big one. Big guy.
When you see that, I saw that big smile on China's face when she saw those little lion cubs running around, and it reminded me, I should point out, they're not that little anymore. So that was some old footage of when Zawadi had one of his cubs. He was the father of 6 cubs over the last 15 or so years. All of them are grown up at this point, and I think only one still remains at our zoo. One of the female cubs that he was part of is still there at the zoo.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love when you go to I like the big animal. I know you like the otters.
I love the
bigger the animal, the more I want to see it.
Does that mean your favorite animal would be the elephant? It doesn't get any bigger than the elephant.
That's true. I like the elephants. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I like the polar bears. I like the lions. I like the tiger. I like things that are bigger than I am.
Oh my.
A lot of things. Here's a look at our satellite radar out there. We've got scattered showers around the region. Nothing in Portland. It's been rotating from the Columbia up through Cowlitz County and then kind of fizzling over the Cascades. So this has kind of been the circle of activity. Those showers should be winding down really in the coming hours at most. Right now, that heavier shower starting to X as it pushes east away from you folks up in Longview. Other than that, we have developing fog pockets. Not everywhere, pockets of fog. No fog in Lincoln City, but kind of a mixed bag of cloudiness this morning from Chinook Woods Casino Resort. This had a break in the cloud cover and was showing some early morning pre-sunrise color when I pulled up the camera, but now that gap is closed. You can just see the snow that's on the ground up there and cloudy skies. Temperatures at Timberline have been right around 30 degrees. Here's the Vancouver waterfront camera from the Springs at the waterfront. I-5 bridge right about here, can't see it. Just kind of make out some of the high-rise buildings there. It's 47 degrees. The fog not bad up in the West Hills. We're up at about 600 feet in elevation right now, our Oregon Zoo camera. You can see the fog kind of kissing the trees there. 48 is the number. No fog down in Salem. You also are at 48 degrees. So we have the fog advisory this morning. We have a few lingering scattered showers. Both should go away through the mid-morning hours of 8 and 9 o'clock this morning. And then statewide will become mainly sunny. Look at this. This is noon today. Beautiful day coming up this evening. Here's some passing mid to high level clouds tomorrow, but really tomorrow looks to be a fairly sunny day overall. Here's Friday morning, Halloween morning, all dry into the afternoon. Here's 8 p.m., kind of the tail end of the trick-or-treat hours, right? This shows a rain band, Tillamook, Astoria, up into Longview. I think we'd be really fortunate to have not to see at least some light showers ahead of this into Portland during the trick-or-treat hours and maybe even down into Salem. But everything is now indicating that the heavier rain itself will hold off until after the trick-or-treat hours are over, and then we get some pretty good rain overnight and raining pretty good when you wake up Saturday morning. So back to today, early fog shower chances going away. A lot of sun out there expected. Temperatures up to about 60. Similar numbers up in Southwest Washington, Longview 60 with your showers ending. So nice weather, and then we have that light shower threat in the valley for late day Friday into the evening. The heavier rain overnight into Saturday morning. That breaks up later in the day. But Saturday to me still looks to be overall pretty wet. That front coming through might just kind of get stuck, if you will. And then I've got a scattered shower threat on Sunday, and that's your update. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. The fog advisory is coming to fruition here across the metro area. You can look at that I-84 westbound commute. That's out near 28th Avenue. So the traffic that's moving from right to left, that's the inbound drive, right, coming out of the Hollywood district. We'll zoom in, and that's kind of one of the real tight spots on the freeway right now. We'll switch gears real quick. Door number 2, I think it's going to take us up to North Portland. Nope, I was wrong. It's down in West Lynn, another foggy spot. And inexplicably slow here, as in I don't know what's causing this extra brake tapping, but it is heavy right now on 205 from basically the Abernathy Bridge down south of the West Lynn area. It may very well be because of the fog out there this morning. Right now, your drive times holding right around 20 to 21 minutes in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge, and other drive times are starting to creep upwards here. The inbound Sunset's now up to 25 minutes from Hillsborough to downtown. China?
Thank you, Chris. Still to come on Sunrise, President Trump is in South Korea for trade talks, while back at home, the government shutdown hits day 29 with no end in sight. We'll have the latest on both situations coming up when Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in just 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have an update to the breaking news that we have been following this morning. We now know one person has died in that house fire in southeast Portland. This is a live look at the scene where a medical examiner is there right now. And then this is a video of the fire earlier this morning on 124th Southeast Avenue. You can see smoke coming from the building. We are working to learn more about what led to this deadly fire, and we'll bring you a live report in the next 30 minutes.
Earlier this morning, President Trump and South Korean officials announced a trade deal that includes $350 billion in investments in the U.S. Back home, though, still no signs of a deal to reopen the federal government. NBC's Tracy Wilkins has the latest for us from Washington, D.C.
South Korea, the last stop on President Donald Trump's tour of Asia as he prepares to meet with China's President Xi. Trump is saying a new era of trade is on the horizon, offering some optimism after months of a tense trade war with China. The world is watching to see if talks between the two world leaders can cool tensions.
You know that President Xi of China is coming tomorrow here, and we're going to be, I hope, making a deal. I think we're going to have a deal. I think it'll be a good deal for both.
But in the U.S., the government is far from a deal that will end the government shutdown.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill yesterday. As we enter day 29, both parties continue the blame game.
And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
25 states and the District of Columbia are suing the administration to prevent SNAP food benefits from running out this week, arguing that the USDA is legally required to keep using emergency funds.
I challenge Republicans to support use of contingency funds for SNAP benefits. What Donald Trump is doing, and Republicans in Congress are supporting him, is making this shutdown as cruel and painful as possible.
This as furloughed federal workers struggle without the checks they earned.
I'm simply a federal worker trying to do a job and bring home a paycheck for my family.
My utilities come, they're due. My car note is due. My insurance is due.
Tracy Wilkins, NBC News, Washington.
Coming up in our next half hour of Sunrise, we're going to talk about Meals on Wheels, what the local nonprofit is doing to help seniors impacted by the loss of SNAP benefits starting this weekend. And we'll also take a look at the devastation left behind by Hurricane Melissa as it leaves Jamaica and heads towards Cuba. Sunrise, streaming live at 7 o'clock, continues after this.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are coming up on 7:29 on what's turning out to be somewhat of a foggy morning commute out there, and it looks like that may be impacting some of the drive now. I-205, this is from West Lynn, Highway 43. We just heard from reporter Thomas Schultz, who was down near Stafford Road, saying it was really thick just south of this camera vantage point. So no doubt that's likely leading to some of the slowing there. I-84 westbound slipping through the fog here out of the Hollywood district. Lots of brake tapping there, of course. And last but not least, your drive from Clark County is solid. 25 minutes now to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Inbound Sunset now just shy of 30 to get you in from Hillsborough. Rod?
All right, Chris, thanks for that. So far, the fog is mainly just a Portland up into Vancouver thing. You get down into the wine country and all down into Salem. Every camera I can see shows beautiful clear skies this morning. There's our state capitol under the sunny blue. The sun is now coming up. But here's the fog Chris was talking about. It's fairly shallow, meaning from the Wells Fargo building, you're over the top of it. You can see the clear skies atop. So The fog will be going away during the morning hours, and then it turns into a sunny day. 55 at noon. High temperatures of light winds up to about 60 degrees.
7:30 half hour, the sunrise show.
No, dude.
Hello. Hey, who invited this guy? Wanted to say beautiful sunrise shot here at 7:30 on a Wednesday morning, but then the spider grabbed our attention there on the Wells Fargo Skycam lens.
Yeah.
What do we say to the spider, China?
Good morning.
I'll say happy Halloween. Come on, it's not Halloween yet, but it's getting close.
That's a good one.
Happy Halloween.
There you go. Yeah.
Web, that's
Looks
cool.
like,
Yeah.
Spot! Just keep looking. Gone.
Okay, we do have a big show for you guys because
show.
we have a big event happening here at the KGW area over here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Winter outlook.
My winter outlook coming your way at 8:45 this morning. So in the next hour, we hope you can stick around for that. Right now, we're still tracking some lingering showers, mostly Coast Range, Cascades, and then up around Longview. There's another heavy one that's just getting ready to exit your area. The rest of us from Portland down through Salem have all been dry. And when you get down out of the North Valley into the Central Valley, the cameras all show this. Salem, beautiful sunny morning, no complaints. You're in the upper 40s. But here is the Rose City camera, and now this is really thick, obviously. There's I-5. Can't see the river, can't see the cityscape at all. So that's about as dense as it gets. 49 is the temperature. I think we will be sunny by the noon hour and hopefully before that. So sun is coming, 55 degrees at noon. And then later today, we'll get up to about 60 degrees and the winds will be light. So it really does turn into a nice day. But Chris, we got to get through the morning stuff, including that fog, sir.
Yeah, and it looks like it's getting thicker in some cases. In other cases, it's flushing out. We'll take you to one of those spots where the fog is thick and the traffic is slow. This is I-205 through Westland. I got the speed sensor there. This is south of Highway 43, and the taillights really, you know what, they look like they're moving even slower than 13 miles an hour at this point. So 2 lanes, really, really slow go there on 205 southbound out of Westland. Meanwhile, the drive on the Banfield, again, you can see the fog here. This is out near the Hollywood District. And last but not least, up in North Portland, this is the shot from the Expo Center. Again, here's the northbound side of the freeway. There's southbound I-5. Fog is thick, and so is the traffic right now. We're up to 25 minutes to get you in from Main Street, and the trip in from the west side now knocking on the door of 30 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough to the Vista Ridge Tunnel. Drew?
All right, thank you, Chris. We do want to get to some breaking news here in southeast Portland. That's where one person is dead after a house fire on southeast 124th near Powell. This is a live look at the home here. We're right in front of the home. I know we're going to get a closer look at what's happening there again on southeast 124th near Powell. We know a medical examiner is on the scene. We also have some video from earlier this morning. You can see smoke coming from the home. We're working to get more information about what started the fire, and we'll bring you the latest here on KGW+.
Classes canceled today at Wilsonville High School after reports of a threat. Last night, the district emailed families about a message written inside a boy's bathroom stall referencing the use of a weapon at the school today. The district says law enforcement does not believe that the threat is credible, but officials decided to cancel school as they investigate and try to identify who is responsible. Other schools in the district are not affected, and we'll have more details coming up at 8 o'clock.
Portland City Councilor Candace Avalos is getting support from the community after her home and car both burned in a fire this past weekend.
In a GoFundMe, friends of Avalos raised more than $14,000 in just 3 days to help her recover. KGW's Thomas Schultz has the details.
The organizers of the GoFundMe actually turned off the donations after raising more than $14,000 in just several days. The money is intended to help Candace Avalos recover from this fire, help her replace some personal belongings, maybe help with a temporary rental car, even insurance and deductibles. Now, early Sunday morning around 2:40 a.m., Portland Fire responded to Avalos' home in southeast Portland. Investigators say a fire appeared to have started in a shed next to the counselor's home before spreading to her house and car. While authorities say they can't determine what caused the fire, Portland police say they don't believe Avalos was targeted. Investigators say there are no signs accelerant was used to start the fire. Avalos was able to get out of her home with her cat safely. We reached out to her office about the GoFundMe. They say while the GoFundMe campaign is entirely separate from the counselor's elected position, we are very aware there are rules concerning gifts to public officials. The counselor will provide transparency and accountability to fully comply with relevant rules related to gifts to public officials. On the GoFundMe page, which was created by a friend of Avalos, they are very clear that this is not any money that will be used for public goods or anything like that, or go towards any governmental campaigns or governmental reasons to use the funding. This is all strictly money to help Candace Avalos recover from that fire. Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Oregon, Washington, and 23 other states are suing the U.S. Department of Agriculture for suspending SNAP benefits during the government shutdown. More than 40 million people across the country use SNAP benefits. That number includes more than 750,000 people in Oregon. State Attorney General Dan Rayfield calls the decision to suspend SNAP both cruel and illegal.
Anytime that there's a shutdown, they pass a contingency fund, and every president has used this contingency fund to make sure that Americans, Oregonians, have food during a shutdown. This is the first time in our country's history where we've had a president who said, you know what, I'm going to use food benefits for a political tool.
The Department of Agriculture, meanwhile, says those funds are not legally available.
And SNAP benefits are set to go away starting this Saturday, and programs like Meals on Wheels expect that will lead to a lot more demand.
For more on the impact this could have on local seniors, here's KGW's Blair Best.
We're inside the kitchen of Meals on Wheels in Southwest Portland as crews prepare thousands of meals for vulnerable seniors. If the government shutdown continues next month, community programs like this will see much more demand.
You're welcome.
Twice a week, Meals on Wheels volunteers like Mitch Lang bring food to seniors in need. Last year, Meals on Wheels served about 1 million meals to Oregon seniors 60 and older. About 130,000 seniors statewide currently get money each month for food through SNAP, the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Right now, the funding will run out if the government shutdown continues into Saturday. Without the SNAP money, people will rely even more on programs like Meals on Wheels.
You know, the uncertainty is really hard, and not just as we're figuring out how to fund things, but it's hard on those we serve because they are afraid.
I'm disgusted. I'm disappointed. I'm scared for what's coming.
Those behind Meals on Wheels are looking for more volunteers and donations to meet the need that they're expecting to see come next month if the federal government shutdown continues. In Southwest Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
From Southwest Portland to the state capitol in Salem. Look at that. Yeah, that is a pretty shot. One of our most beautiful shots of the morning. No, what was I trying to think of there? No fog. That's the word. Okay. No fog there. We have had some fog in the Portland area earlier this morning. Good morning there, Rodney Hill.
Good morning. I don't remember I just don't remember the Capitol Mall being so pretty with fall color as it has been this year with our live camera. It's just been gorgeous. Mainly sunny skies over Salem, as you can see. Up here in Portland and Vancouver, we're dealing with fog, more so downtown on the west side, not so much out on the east side. Dense fog, quarter-of-a-mile visibility, Scappoose to Hillsboro. Salem's kind of in this fog-free area, and then out in Yamhill and Washington counties, I think low valley locations are getting some fog, but all of the wine country cameras I've seen, for the most part, up in elevation a little bit, are showing beautiful sunny skies. We have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions along the Oregon coast right now. No fog in Lincoln City from our Snickwins Casino Resort camera. No fog up in the Kelso Longview area where you folks have seen shower after shower lingering, hitting your area this morning with the cloudy skies. You can see everything is wet. The showers should be ending in the not so distant future for you folks. Downtown Portland, the pavement's wet from overnight rain. We're dealing with fog. You see it looking out over the courthouse out toward the Willamette River. You can see the fog's pretty good there, but not so much right in downtown. 49 is the number. Lucy is our pet of the day. Use that email address again. We changed this. For years we've been dog of the day, but now we're broadening and inviting all of your pet pictures. So pet of the day at KGW.com. Great dress up shot of Lucy on this Halloween week for our pet of the day on this Wednesday. Sun is coming. There's blue sky not too far up, so the fog is fairly shallow, although it is quite dense at ground level in some spots. Temperature is getting up to upper 50s, about 60 here on the west side, and a sunny day out east as well. So becoming sunny today, a nice day tomorrow. Late day shower threats into the trick-or-treat hours on Friday, then a heavier rain band Friday overnight into Saturday. And now here is Chris McGinnis.
Ooh, for that, Rodney. All right, let's go ahead and take you up to North Portland. Something's hanging up the drive right now on I-5. It looks like actually both directions near Marine Drive. And I think we can't see it because the camera's it's basically blocked by the overhead sign here is what I was trying to say. So I'm not sure if that's a fender bender or maybe a disabled vehicle. But anyway, this is I-5 South, and it is plugged up now across the interstate bridge. So that drive has jumped back up to 26 minutes to get you in from Main Street. Of course, on the cameras, you can also see the fog. Traffic is moving okay here, but this is I-205 here, Stafford Road, and you can see the fog is quite thick on that side of town, as it is over on the west side as well. Highway 26 getting busy, coming in from Hillsborough, slipping through the fog now. We're up to about 35 minutes to get you in from Brooklyn Parkway to I-405. We'll be right back.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Amazon has announced that it will be investing in more than $5 billion in South Korea. This comes after the company announced that it will be cutting 14,000 corporate jobs here in America. The new investment is in addition to $4 billion Amazon previously pledged. All this money is going to AI data centers for AWS. That's Amazon's web service, the retailer's cloud computing arm. The same AWS that suffered a massive outage earlier this month that knocked much of the internet offline. Now, Amazon has said that more AI adoption is the reason it plans to cut 14,000 staffers in the U.S.
Wells Fargo says it's laying off nearly 500 local employees here in the coming weeks. The layoffs will impact workers at locations in Portland, Salem, and Hillsborough and fall in line with the company's plans between now and the end of the year, which include permanently closing its offices in Salem and Hillsborough. According to a series of notices filed with the state, impacted employees will be offered severance benefits based on years of service and continued health care coverage for an unspecified amount of time.
Uber is working to release their own AI vehicles. The rideshare company is teaming up with NVIDIA to launch self-driving vehicles. They plan to build about 5,000 cars for use in the U.S. and overseas, and Uber will manage the fleet, handling maintenance, charging, and customer support. The new head coach of the WNBA's Portland franchise, the Portland Fire, spoke to the public for the first time since he was hired. Alex Marama is from England. He is considered a pioneer in his coaching method. He's currently an assistant coach with the Cleveland Cavaliers and also spent time with the Rip City Remix, which is Portland's G League team.
My whole career, I've been very, very intentional about the principles of play, how we actually approach offense and defense. And player development is just one of several different buckets that I believe goes into being an effective coach.
The team's GM says she expects Sarama will empower players to think for themselves and to problem solve. The Portland Fire are set to begin their season in May.
We're down by 10. Problem solved.
All right, Rod is ready to chime in here, but we're not ready for the weather segment just yet.
Chill, dude.
I thought the problem-solving part was a little funny too. We are Oh, this is your part. You go ahead.
I'll go. Can I go? Okay.
Do it, yeah.
We are officially 100 days out, 100-ish days out from the 2026 Olympics in Milan.
About 99 days, 20 hours or something like that in several minutes. Seems like a good time anyways for an Olympic preview. So for that, we bring you Matt Renew with more on the athletes going for gold next year and problem solving.
Near her home in Colorado, the greatest alpine ski racer in history, Michaela Schifrin, is focused.
Gym time, strength and conditioning.
On being ready for the greatest sporting event on the planet and racing at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Cortina, Italy.
This has the chance to be a really exciting Olympics, especially in alpine, because it is the environment we're more used to.
While across the country at the Skating Club of Boston, the strongest U.S. figure skating team in decades is also getting ready with men's world champion Ilya Malinin.
The right amount of training, the right amount of mental focus and physical, just in that zone, getting ready before the Olympics, just go there and to try to skate my best to win that gold medal.
Women's world champion Alyssa Liu.
I am really excited for it because it's the biggest stage that you really get.
And world champion ice dancers Evan Bates and Madison Chalk.
We definitely want to shoot for the gold medal in the individual event as well. We feel like that's something that has been at the top of our goal list for a long, long time.
All looking to represent Team USA at the Olympics just 100 days from now.
We're all just a team of athletes who represent Team USA.
Where Italy has two host cities. Milan will see the opening ceremony in the San Siro Stadium.
We will kick off our Olympic Games with this incredible event, the opening ceremony. And this iconic place will give us the chance to tell our story.
With figure skating just down the road, while the Dolomite Mountains of Cortina will have women's alpine ski racing on a course.
In this area, we will have all the setting for the Olympics, so the grandstand.
Michaela's won on before.
This will be my first Olympics going to a place that is slightly familiar.
And is now working to add to her 2 Olympic gold medals she already has, racing in her 4th Olympics just 100 days from now.
It feels big. It feels really exciting.
Oh yeah.
You know what hit me there? You got these people. They are preparing their bodies rigorously for an athletic competition.
Where
like
is
none
this
other.
going?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not preparing my body for anything. It's pretty much dormant.
Yes.
All the time.
I'm letting mine go. Let it go. What's that song from Frozen? Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Winter games though, you guys, summer or winter people, real quick.
Summer. I like gymnastics.
You like the gymnastics, yeah, Drew?
You know what? I find that I probably watch the winter games more. It's like kind of an easier time to watch. It's cold outside. The weather's not great, so you're in your house and you turn on the TV. Summer Olympics, ideally, I'm busy doing something else.
Yeah, that's fair. Of course, my daughter's a figure skater, so we're into that. And I love watching the skiing, too. And I love the high jumping, the skis.
Yeah, no, it is
wild.
I like the snowboarding. They added that about 20 years ago. That was cool.
Really cool. Here's a look at our fog situation. We have a situation out there. A situation.
Put yourself in it.
It's foggy out. This is mainly an issue coming into Portland and then out on the west side, dense fog, Scappoose, Hillsboro. Out in wine country, most of the cameras show actually it's when you get up in any elevation at all, you've got clear skies. Salem has clear skies. It's cloudy but not foggy up in Kelso, Longview, and for the most part, not foggy over at the coast either. Here's the, let's go to wine country. It's the Chehalem tasting room out in Sherwood. So yeah, you can see the fog is laying down in the valleys. It's pretty shallow or thin and doesn't take you much to get up to find some beautiful blue skies. So pretty shot there. Temperature is 47. It's not really that cold outside. Here's the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club. This is the Explore Tualatin Valley camera now out at the Reserve. So you can see pretty foggy, 49 degrees, winds are light. Here's the Vancouver Springs of the waterfront, and you can't see I-5. If it weren't foggy, you would. So that shows you it's really dense fog coming in from Vancouver across the Columbia all the way into downtown through North Portland. Can't see the downtown cityscape. You can barely make out I-5 at the bottom of your screen. 49 is the temperature out of PDX. So fog is becoming our kind of our lead player at this moment. It's all dry though for the most part, except for just a few lingering showers here on the west side, and certainly all dry east of the Cascades. Futurecast blows out everything, gives us sunshine by noon. Wonderful tonight. Some passing mid to high level clouds tomorrow, but basically partly to mostly sunny and nice tomorrow. And then we get into Halloween, a dry morning, and then we get into the evening hours. Tillamook, Astoria. Now this is 10 p.m. Trick-or-treat hours are over, but there is the threat of steady rain north coast during trick-or-treat hours, also Kelso Longview area, and could there be some light showers into Portland early Friday evening? I think that's at least a chance, but the bulk of all this heavier rain will come in overnight, and it'll be raining when you wake up Saturday morning. It'll be the fourth weekend in a row with some decent rain. Yeah. Here's the valley forecast. The sun is coming. We'll lose all the fog. Of course, right now it is clear in Salem, 59 degrees. Beautiful day for you folks. Vancouver will have to get out of the fog. We think we'll do that this morning. And then with afternoon sun, we'll pop up to about 60. Tomorrow, 61. We talked about Halloween, the chance of some light showers perhaps here in the city during trick-or-treat time. The heavier rain in the Saturday morning, and then a scattered shower chance on Sunday. Here is Chris McGinnis.
Rod, thanks for that. The thickest fog I could find on our ODOT cameras. I want to take you down into the Westland area between Westland and Tualatin. This is I-205 near Stafford Road. For perspective at home, if you can see really closely there, the headlights, that's the northbound commute. Now this may look a little worse than it is because the camera's up so high, but I promise you that fog's probably under a half-mile visibility at that point on I-205. So obviously to Rod's point about the fog, we are seeing that settle down a little bit. This is a little fender bender up in North Portland. This is I-5 southbound, obviously slow with that fender bender on the left-hand side near Marine Drive. And that's got traffic stacking up across the interstate bridge now. 36 minutes you're driving from Main Street to the Fremont. Over on the west side, the fog is not quite as low, but the drive is still plenty slow coming in from Murray Boulevard. Those are the headlights there with that eastbound drive. And at last check, that has jumped up to about 35 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough. Drew?
All right, thank you, Chris. Devastation across the island of Jamaica as Hurricane Melissa now moves on toward the Bahamas. Coming up here on the Sunrise Show, we'll take a look at the damage on the Jamaican island from what's being called one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
This morning, we're seeing some of the devastation from Hurricane Melissa, which made landfall in Jamaica yesterday as a Category 5 hurricane.
It's now being called one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in history. And as Reed Binion reports, it has left parts of Jamaica in ruins.
The entire Jamaica has felt the brunt of Melissa.
Hurricane Melissa is being called the storm of the century after slamming into Jamaica with devastating effect Tuesday as one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in history.
Jamaica has gone through what I can call one of its worst period.
Melissa made landfall as a Category 5 storm with 185-mile-per-hour winds. The massive scale of the destruction quickly became clear, with extensive damage reported across southwestern Jamaica. Schools, homes, and hospitals all affected by the hurricane.
Some of those areas, like St. Elizabeth Parish, are the main food-producing regions of the country.
St. Elizabeth is the breadbasket of the country, and that has taken a beating.
Officials said hundreds of thousands of people on the island were left without power. After tearing across Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa barreled over the Caribbean toward Cuba.
Storm surge along the southeast Cuban coast 8 to 12 feet above normal tide levels. And again, dangerous major hurricane force winds expected across portions of southeastern Cuba.
More than 735,000 people have been evacuated in Cuba, where residents and officials spent days preparing for the hurricane's impact. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Melissa made landfall in Cuba just after midnight, so we're talking about almost 8 hours ago now, as a Category 3 storm at that point, but it is still producing winds up to 120 miles an hour. The storm surge on Cuba's southeast coast could reach up to 12 feet, and the hurricane could also drop more than 2 feet of rain in the mountains there, triggering flash floods and landslides. The Bahamas, meanwhile, are the next target on Melissa's path of destruction.
And here's another look at that breaking news in southeast Portland, where one person is dead after a house fire on southeast 124th near Powell. So this is a live look from that neighborhood. We do know that a medical examiner is there right now. The house that was on fire is hard to see, but this is video from earlier this morning. You can see smoke coming from the home back there. We are working to get more information about what started the fire, and we'll bring you a live report coming up on KGW Plus at 8 o'clock.
That is just a few minutes away, of course, as we take a live look right here to close out this hour of the show. Again, the 8 o'clock hour sunrise on KGW Plus